The e-commerce landscape operates in a state of perpetual motion, driven by forces outside any single company's control. Consumer preferences evolve, new technologies emerge, advertising platforms rewrite their rules. In response to this volatility, most businesses work to discover one specific, highly profitable formula. But once they find it, an emotional attachment often takes hold. Operators begin to identify the success of the business with that specific winning tactic. They build their entire operational infrastructure around this approach, treating a method that will eventually expire as if it were a permanent fixture. Then the market shifts. The once reliable formula stops working, and the infrastructure built to support it becomes a liability. Depending on yesterday's successful formula leaves a business vulnerable to the next cycle of change. When market shocks occur, companies face a choice in how they allocate their remaining resources. Many attempt to protect their outdated systems, spending energy descending a model that no longer aligns with the environment. High-performing entrepreneurs take a different path. Rather than panicking, they prioritize adaptable thinking over the preservation of specific, outdated tactics. They maintain a commitment to their long-term vision while remaining flexible about the specific channels, tools, and methods used to reach it. This separation is key. By decoupling the destination from the daily tactics, operators can abandon a failing method without abandoning the company's core mission. They focus strictly on solving customer problems, regardless of whether the required approach matches their personal preference or past experience. This strategic decoupling allows market changes to be treated as data points for rerouting, rather than threats to the existence of the business. Adaptation is driven by a specific type of curiosity. It requires asking what customers need right now, independent of the strategies that were effective last year. This continuous learning loop provides a system for that curiosity. First, the business executes controlled experiments. Second, they observe results through objective data. Finally, they adjust practices based on that evidence, feeding insights back into the loop. When this loop is active, market disruptions prompt the discovery of new revenue streams that competitors stuck in old systems will completely miss. This learning culture makes business improvement a systemic process, rather than a series of occasional breakthroughs. Market trends are inherently temporary, and rigid formulas eventually break under the heavy pressure of new economic conditions. The history of commerce shows that no specific competitive advantage lasts forever. Companies that remain relevant across multiple cycles do so because they evolve alongside customer expectations. While specific tactics expire, the ability to adapt remains a permanent, functional advantage regardless of the market environment. You don't have to wait for a market shift to begin this process. Every quarter, isolate one long-standing assumption about your business model. Test whether that assumption remains true in today's market, or if it is a carryover from a previous cycle. Questioning yesterday's success is how a business identifies the requirements for tomorrow's breakthrough.